Hello, folks. We're back. It is time for Homestuck Beyond Canon. Hello and welcome, Corey, and hello and welcome to anyone viewing anonymously. Woo! It's been some weeks. It's been some weeks, and I'm doing a little bit better now, so let's have some fun with it. Oh yeah, do you like my new setup? Firefox, latest Firefox update, version 149. Single window, split screen with 2 tabs. Mwah, gorgeous. I am incredibly pleased with this feature. Because now I can do this, and for the first time in ever, you can actually see the countdown timer instead of just having to squint at the tab that gets covered up half the time anyway because I have too many other tabs open. So hey, loving that. Yeah, let's get into community news because there's been stuff. Actually, I'm gonna have a little water first. Okay. So, since the last time we spoke, Clown Lent has concluded. So, I think that wasn't too long after our last chit chat. But yeah, Clown Lent is done, and the calendar's just gone, and I missed out on saving it. I'm sure it's on way back. But yeah, as for Clown Lent things, updating the website, we've got... Are y'all hearing how many times I'm clicking my mouse? I still need to get the fucking adapter to put the new one on. The unlockables, all the Problem Sleuth bonus stuff is now on the website. As you can see by all of the blue links, I still haven't read it. I'm working on it. And also this, which apparently was on the website before. It's just a blood spade, and it's just a single thing. So, okay. We live in a post-Tomodachi Life world. Mostly been watching people play that. Yeah. I've also been watching... I haven't been watching too many people play. I've been seeing more people posting on Blue Sky. A couple of people who I'm subscribed to on YouTube have been posting their kind of initial videos. Yeah, I got my fingers into that demo. I'm gonna end up with this game eventually. Absolutely. It's inevitable. I'm hoping to hold out until it's on sale, which I know Nintendo doesn't do a lot for their first party games, but at least once a year or whatever, they'll do 15% off or something like that. I'm probably just gonna end up paying full price, but yeah, it does look very fun. I had a horrible, amazing, terrible, awful, spectacular, fabulous, horrendous idea. There are enough characters in Homestuck to fill an entire Tomodachi Life island without even having to scrape the bottom of the barrel. So I was like, what if I got that game and then I set up a third user ID on my Switch? Because there's me and I share the system with brother. A third ID on my system just for that. I was like, oh no, I wish I hadn't had that idea, because I might like actually do it, and that's time consuming. But you know, I have to actually get the fucking game first. So there's a step before that that's pretty important that needs to happen. Sounds like chaos? Oh yes. Yeah. Which is exactly why it's so tempting to do. But yes. Clown Lent is done. I hope you all had fun. And so yeah, so most important content drop of all has been released. The best adventure on the site. You've all been asking for it, begging. You know exactly what it is. I don't even need to link to it. Okay, so I don't know why they're being opaque about this. The final surprise of Clown Lent is that the entirety of Cycolonials is going to be posted to the Homestuck.com website for free. It will be posted on, of course, 420, which is a couple of days from now. So by the time we next speak, Cycolonials will be available to all, which is pretty flippin' sweet. So that was the final sweet surprise of Clown Lent. Farewell, dear Seed Flap and Callian. We'll see ya in Hive Swap Act 3. Callian for sure, Seed Flap, I don't know. We'll have to see if Seed Flap, if she shows up. Yeah, that's that. And in other official news, see, normally when I shrink the window, I'll click on all the tabs to make sure they are adjusted already, and I forgot to do that today, but oh well, we're just gonna have to deal with that. Okay, 413, that fucking happened. That was last week. That was, well, I guess kind of this week, depending on when you count. Anyway, it was Monday. Today is Saturday and it was Monday. The text is, thank you, I will get rid of that. There we go. But yes, 413. Happy 413, everyone. It has officially been 10 years since Homestuck ended. Woo! So, yeah. This is Happy 413, and thank you for an incredible weekend from Miles and everyone at Furthest Ring, because, of course, last weekend was NYC Stuck. I haven't seen a lot of like photos or video from the event simply because I haven't really actively been seeking it out. Someone in a Discord server I'm in posted some links earlier today, but I haven't had a chance to look at them. But seems like everybody had a pretty great time. So I normally read these verbatim. I might do kind of like a highlight scan on this one. Yeah, so they're winding down from the weekend. You know, super pleased with how everything ran. Thank you from the absolute bottom of our hearts for your support, because there were a number of times this weekend that me and a lot of other team members were moved legitimately to tears by the tremendous outpouring of love, enthusiasm, and just general good cheer we experienced during the event. Not just because of the people who were there and what those 2 days were like as the event itself, but because of what it represented in terms of all of you across the world who care about what we do. So that, I think, is that's the thesis statement of this news post. Okay, some people got engaged on the cosplay stage, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, everybody had a good time. Pleased with how it turned out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Billions of thank yous. In the coming days and weeks, we're going to try and post a lot more of the details of the event. We're talking cosplays, the amazing notebooks full of drawings attendees made, maybe some videos, and as much as we can share a little bit of the magic of NYC Stuck with everyone. As for comic business, not much to discuss. As soon as we get back from settling up from the post-event business, maybe sleep for like a full day, we're getting back to production. We're so excited to share more with you guys, and we're looking forward to another incredible year of Homestuck. Keep your eyes peeled for more communications from staff, and I'd like to give a special shout out to Chumi specifically, without whom this event would not have been possible. Please let her know how much it's meant to you if you enjoyed it. Thank you all for the last time this news post, but definitely not the last time for everything. Miles and the entire staff at Furthest Ring Studios. So it went well. Yay! Yeah. So once they, I'll see if they start posting some more stuff and perhaps keep an eye out for that. For future community news to be like, hey guys, look at this cool shit. But for now, there's more 413 highlights that they didn't get into this news post. Carcat is back. Carcat Makeship has returned. Oh yeah, second edition. After his record-smashing debut in 2024, we thought perhaps it was time for him to rest. Perhaps his work was done. Not so. The will of the people cannot be ignored, and the people clamor for more Carcat, a demand we will happily abide. We will abide it as well, maybe a little less happily, because he has no choice in the matter, but despite his grumbling, we think that's deep down inside he's happy for another chance to meet so many of his fans. So, Carcat's back, and brand spanking new, Jade is here. So those were the 413 plushie launches, Carcat 2.0, and one Jade Harley. What a daring dream to combine the finest qualities of plushy power with the elegance and nobility of Jade Harley. How you wish you could know her world. To hear one night those muted plush pads traipse up your stairs. A low but friendly giggle unsettles your slumber, and as the sopor seeps from your eyes, they detect a sharp pair of glasses shining in the moonlight. A mysterious woven smile invites. Wouldn't this plush suit you? Would not this proud young lass assist you in the hug? No need to answer, dear customer, because we already both know the answer is yes, and you're in luck, because this daring dream need no longer be hypothetical. Jade Harley is finally here. If you can handle her energy, take her home today. Maybe she can help you put together a perplexing and fantastical machine. Or maybe she has pointers to help you with your garden. Maybe you two just want to snuggle up on the couch and watch cartoons. She's down for it all, because at the end of the day, she's simply glad to have company. Just be sure to have a cozy bed nearby, because every now and then she'll need a sudden snooze. Maybe picking up a Carcat to watch over her while she slumbers might be best. Cute. Yeah, so these are open for another 2 weeks. A little over 2 weeks. Also, in things that you can spend money on. There is a sale happening at the Homestuck Bandcamp. This, I don't know if this was announced on public socials or only in the Discord server, but if you use the code HAPPY413, HAPPY413, you will get 20% off of any order through the Homestuck Bandcamp up until the 20th of April. So this is still ongoing if you would like to get some of the official Homestuck music. Hello, Gwen. Welcome. It is presently 20% off with this code, so that is an option if you have been thinking about getting some cool music. Now, hello? I don't know why this isn't... There we go. Anyway, I am returning to this just because, once again, and this is... I'm glad that I did remember this time. I did remember to check the announcements channel in the Discord server for more stuff before starting stream, because there's been a bunch of times where I've forgotten because it was only said in the announcements channel. I didn't have anything to bookmark, etc., etc., etc. Hold on, let me double check who sent this message. From Cami in the official server announcement channel among a slew of other 413 announcements. Oh, in future news, the original full-size Scalemates will be making a return and will be available for purchase very soon. So that's one thing. The thing I am here for, Homestuck pilot stuff, we know it's been a while since the premiere of the animated pilot, and you might be itching for an update of the non-webcomic variety. We can't say too much now, but current discussions are looking extremely promising. So, that's the latest on the pilot. Discussions are looking extremely promising. Nice. So, we'll probably be, I would venture to guess, a few more months before we, again, hear more about this. But that's the latest. In, highlighting some... Hello? Highlighting some fan project news. The Strife project, Homestuck fighting game project, is now in version 3 of the beta. Pretty dang cool. And, another project, Project Soundpage. They posted the opening sequence. Full animation, so you can take a look at that. And they're also doing some fundraising right now. Are they still live? They were live earlier today. Oh wait, here it is. Right here, Project Soundpage production fundraiser. They are live, so if you are looking for somewhere to wander after we finish here, maybe they'll still be live in 2 hours. And of course, how can it be a 413 without another episode of the Vox's Let's Read? They are post Trickster arc, end of Act 6, Act 5, Act 1 times 2 combo. Another hour conquered. Yeah, they're... How close are they to the end? I mean, they're in Act 6, Act 5. That's pretty deep in there. But Act 6 is a lot. There's a lot going on there. But Onward and Upward, another excellent installment. Also from the official server. So this is the recap for Homestuck Squared. Everything beyond canon that is pre-current team. All of the Squared stuff. This, I'm assuming, will eventually go up on the website. Just because right now the recap page just says returning soon. So maybe this is they're trying to finesse things a little bit. But this is, I will admit I haven't read this. Simply because I haven't needed to. But this, and here is a map of that same chunk of story. Plus, no, wait a second. No, this is Act 1, the recap days. This is all of the stuff that was in the recap document. And then everything here beyond canon, this is all the stuff from the new team that they've mapped out in this fashion. Really excited that things keep happening. I know, right? What the fuck? There's so much to talk about. Yeah. So this I'm assuming will go up on the website at some point, because again, this was just posted in the announcements channel on the Discord server. I'm guessing this will go up once the recap is ready and once they have map stuff prepared, maybe for some of the parts after Act 1. Yeah, okay. While we're on server business, final piece of server business. The server business is not the Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff barbecue sauce. The server business is Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff book giveaway. This is, again, announcements channel on the Discord server. If you want to participate in this... Hold on, is this already over? Hold on. So, this is from Andrew herself. 413 Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff book giveaway. I have personally hidden 4 signed Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff books in the Boston area. Photos of their locations are attached below. Go forth and find them. I hear these go for approximately $67,000 on eBay. Hardy har. If you aren't in the area, don't worry. Just click the pregnant man icon below to sign up for a giveaway of 13 signed books. If I randomly pick your name, I will send you a book. And edit, all books have been discovered. To the lone hooligan of the night who recovered all 4 copies, may I first say congratulations, and second, perhaps consider sharing. Yeah, man, what the fuck? Share. Come on. Asshole. So, I don't know if this means that they haven't explicitly stated that people who won the giveaway have been contacted, or if whether or not they've drawn a name for that yet. But theoretically, if you're not in on this yet, you can join the Homestuck official Discord server right now and go add a pregnant man reaction to this post in the announcement channel to get in on that action. Yup. Yeah, 2,329 people have pregnant man reacted at this point in time. And that's everything from Discord at the present. Oh no, wait a second. There is one more thing. This. Oh my god. Y'all, this document is absolutely fucking legendary. Okay. Hold on, let me find, how did I describe this to, okay. HBC Color Composer. This is essentially a whole long-ass essay written by Hussey, about their dad, his color theory, the journey of this software from conception to its death, and also her dad's death, and their dad's business partner's death, and how all of that intertwines with the birth of MS Paint Adventures and the creative journey of Homestuck. It is a hell of a fucking read. This one, I've been kind of forgetting to put stuff in chat itself. But, like, just bank that in another tab and read it after we finish today. It's a lot. But yeah, the tool itself is fascinating. The context around it is harrowing. And it is a really great read for some more, for a better understanding of the life and times of Homestuck behind the scenes. Okay. So it's time to get into Beyond Canon. But, as you can see, this is not Beyond Canon. This is the epilogues. This is Meat Chapter 49. I have been rereading the epilogues. I finally got around to hauling out my physical copy and cracking it open. This is the first time I've read the epilogues in full since like 2019. There's a lot of stuff that I forgot about, a lot of like smaller details and things that make me go, holy fucking shit. There was one thing in this chapter. Let me read this to you, okay? So this is Dirk describing his final kiss with Drake, and this is probably someone else has surely clocked this by now, but this was new to me. So, flowery description is a pool of a trillion discrete, tiny, shimmering beads of chilled mercury. It's the final gentle exhale of the most beautiful symphony ever played. It's the soothing, mythically rumored oasis where the satyrs and nymphs once took pleasure and together forged the very concept of comfort we understand today. The satyrs and nymphs. I read that and I looked up from my book and just like stared straight into the nothingness and then just like took off my glasses and put my hands on my face like, oh my god. So it's right there. I don't think, at least I didn't see anyone guess that this would be what the new species would be, but I guess this perhaps is where the idea came from. Everything has already always been there. Ah! Yeah, I wasn't expecting to find anything to do with any of that stuck in here, and then that smashed me in the face. Ugh, yeah. So anyway, that's probably not news for everyone, but it was news to me. Yeah, so having freshly finished reading Epilogue's Meat, it's reminded me of some of the facts of the story, and I'm like, okay. I started reading Candy yesterday, and somehow I know why I forgot. It's because I never wanted to remember Gamzee. He just hasn't been around or relevant in so long that, like, I didn't, like, totally forget that he was there, but I forgot that he's so there. He's really very there. So, yeah, because I read the first 2 chapters of Candy last night. We're not in Candy Universe right now. We're in Meat Universe. We are beginning today where we left off with Lilac disappearing into the abyss. Good fucking bye. And hello, Dagger and the Mountain. We're starting off with another banger pester log with semi-related panels. So this is a satyr who's wandering through this area with these flaming trees. Looks like a mountainside with the clouds and the fluffy sky. So this is where we start in the panels. But in the pester log, we start in media res, mid roleplay shit with the Mountain. Oh boy, that's fucking... Ooh, okay. The Mountain dropkicks his newest chapter in there. Oh, right. Champions Tirade sent a file. Dagger RP, Dagger Roleplay, 8.01.23.5. Whether that is a date format on Deltritus, or if this is like some other kind of version numbers or other shit that they're working with. Not presently known. The Mountain dropkicks his newest chapter in their shared saga through Dagger's window, shattering the stained glass into an aerosolized spray of shrapnel. Light dances refracted kaleidoscopically through the silicon mist, and, as the lethal powder billows through his room, Dagger finds the sunbeam it casts twisted into the sparkling shape of a big fat middle finger right onto his forehead. Suck down those fumes and succumb to the screed. Massive alveolar hemorrhage is a small price to pay for this primo prose. Oh shoot! Well, ain't this a tasty treat so unexpectedly dropped on mine stable stoop? Resist was futile, I she. As you know, the Mountain's will is ironclad against most temptations, but to ignore the churning storm of inspiration beating at his brain bits just does not sit right, brother. It does not sit right one bit. Frilsies. That's how you get backed up, bruh. Precisely. And you know how the Mountain loathes to be held back. The wise masters always say one must unburden himself of these facilitative day delusions lest he fall to the monkey-tar mind disease. Not to menchie's, even the purest iron bends with some heat. Wiggles my thick unruly man brows. Oh yes, no truer words ever once fucking uttered, brother mine. The Mountain chuckles under his breath as you continue to rigorously fan the flames of indulgence. Throws gas or some hay or whatever to make it a big freak fireball. Feel the burn! As embers surround the Mountain from all angles, he comes to realize that the burn is inescapable, and he couldn't not feel it even if he wanted to. An all-consuming embrace of nature and destruction licking at his legs so passionately it kind of hurts a little. Brother, you're cooking! Sizzle pop. Oh, fuck! Ah! You are so silly. Do not be mistaken. This is deadly serious, bub. No other way about it. This firestorm is fully awakened. Take responsibility, won't you, and deliver aid to our enveloping tapestry of misfortune and ecstasy? Aid the Mountain! Of course! But first thing first. What happened with surprise? Well, nothing. Absolutely nothing of note happened at all. It is locked and loaded. It is locked and loaded if you want to peruse, though. Yup. Okay. We have the faceofpower.pny, which is our face reveal for Champions Tirade. So I think that's the face of power.pony. I think that's his chest cutting off his chin and mouth. So yeah, this is Champions Tirade. What's happening on the face is face paint. This information is coming from further down in the Pester log, but I'm just clarifying it now, because when I first saw this, I was really fucking confused as to what, like, who this was supposed to be. But this is Champions Tirade, who appears to be on some kind of, like, pro wrestling type theme, given everything happening in this image, and also just the general kayfabe way that he speaks. Yes, an extremely strong face. Oh boy. Yeah, so this is it. Now, the only of the 6 new kids that we haven't had a full face reveal for yet is Augury Aside. AA, we have the silhouette from that one early lilac panel. Which could I maybe find it? Something, was it Lilac Be Accosted? No, it's earlier than that. I so desperately need this website to get a search function. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I used it in the thumbnail for one of my videos. I don't want to spend too much time searching forever and ever and ever. Oh, that's a really good emote. What is that? Is that supposed to be like a Pokemon or just like a cat? Just a cat, yeah. Hello, Luchador indeed. Hafnium Crystallizer. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, anyway. Augury Aside is the only one that we're missing now. And I feel like I had one more thing that I was going to bring up, and then it got lost in my brain when I started trying to find that panel. Oh, yes, the search function thing. Yeah, because it's like... Oh, I don't want to... Here. They do have this roadmap up. However, yeah. Search feature is the most requested planned feature. But it is not, it's not in progress, and also if you click on it, it was requested in March of 2024. Kohi marked it as planned. This is in the pipeline. No firm start date yet, but it is something we are keen to implement 2 years ago. So I have a feeling if it's not in progress right now, it's not going to be around for a while. It's getting really fucking hard to find things because it's getting really long. And I even know, it's a lot of the time I know exactly what search words that I would use too, because I feel like I'm like decently savvy with a search engine, but yeah, anyway, that's an aside. I know that this team is, this isn't their full-time job, and, you know, implementing these sorts of things, website coding and stuff, like, it takes time and energy, and it can be tricky, and they have a lot of other things to be working on, and a lot of things just in life in general. I'm sympathetic. I understand. Just if web dev is thinking of what to do next, I feel like the search feature should be a high priority. There were a few places that we'll get to in this update today where I was like, I know this page exists, but I simply lack the time and energy to flip through every single page that Lilac has ever been on in order to find the specific one that I'm thinking of. The Face of Power. Breh, my internal temp is rising over average. I don't feel so good. Ugh, succumbs to the hotness. Swoons. Daw, you never fail to flatter, Dagger, but the gravest question yet remains. Is it hardcore? Dude, you look double dang dastardly here. Phew! Wipes a meager droplet of sweat off of his cranium, all previous encroaching doubts waved away in one instance. He's gonna love it. Sure, okay. Anyways, time to get down to the biz-nasty, as you say. Looks at you real hard. The Mountain is confused why you would examine him so critically when he said nothing concerning at all. He looks down to check if his shirt has ripped open once again. Ignores your slutty bait and looks into your soul. What happened? What'd he do? Looks away, abashed at the memory of that sorry exchange. So we're back at this conversation. This is getting into Swiss and the Mountains. Earlier conversation from page 906. Swiss got mad at CT for doing training instead of getting in on the game, and also got mad at CT about the disgusting teen pregnancy simulators, that, quote unquote, that CT plays with, quote unquote, that pervert that's Dagger. Can't help but imagine his combo as the boulder from Avatar being best. True. Yeah, Avatar has been top of mind because they're something I've seen stuff around. I haven't cared enough to look into it deeply. Something movie, something they're all grown up now. Oh no, he's hot. Something movie leak. Something. But yeah, Avatar has been in a lot of places. It's been a topic of conversation lately. Oh noes, he went and vented at you about that snobby derp again, huh? Bo is not derp. The derp is the guy caked in disgraceful face paint, wearing comically large pants and continually flipping the fuck out like some rodeo ass clown. And who might that be, you ask? Oh yeah, it's fucking Derp Mountain. Legend of Aang. I see. Yeah, I didn't even know what it was called yet, but yes. Movie news. Right, so here's where I mentioned confirmation that what's happening in that image is face paint. Pins back my fluffy ears cause did Boltar crap me. Pins back my fucking enunciation. Pins back my fluffy ears cause this Boltar crap me hearing right now. Dude, unrighteous dogging on yourself so unrighteously? You're gonna make me cry. Is you cute? The Mountain is fine. Just, there are many hefty boulders, both figuratively and literally weighing on him today. So we're seeing here, Dagger, in conversation with CT, has been doing a lot of, I mean, essentially, Dagger is role-playing as, or presenting himself to CT as if he's another satyr, completely hiding any nymphiness. And this comes up in basically every one of these, like, asterisks, like, descriptions of movement, physical movements and responses that he gives. He places a lot of emphasis on the satyr traits that isn't strictly necessary to communicate what he's trying to communicate, if that makes sense. Bad nightmare again? Or because of the coach? Mostly the coach. Because seriously, where the fuck is he? The Mountain can't help but get all kinds of pre-sentimental about it. Like, what if the old goat is already here, waiting to bring down the hammer and prank this sorry ass to Kingdom Come? Boo! Please murder him already. What, like in the mountain's own dorm? Where the mountain chills? Hell no. It's not like it's truly his fault. It's what the fans want. They feed off blood and memes. Nobody to blame but the hordes for that. Sees what you mean. Kills the millions. Rolls around in glee as the blood tides wash over us. Oh, the blood. Beautiful blood. But whatever. The mountain is letting the anticipation get to him. Chances are the guy needs to stop to catch his... Chances are that guy needed to stop to catch his breath. So... Oh, I had a thing I was going to point out. Now I lost it. Oh. So, this whole thing, and like the training and stuff reminds me a lot of Bro with Dave. Memes, the DNA of the soul. Yeah. Blood and memes. But yeah, the whole, like, it's what the fans want. What if he's waiting to bring down the hammer and prank me for the fans, reminds me of Bro and all the hidden cameras and all the training Dave by fucking jump scaring him all the time. Anyway, we don't have to worry about that because I'm pretty sure that's Coach and he's dead. Hello, Frog Ruins. How's it going? So, I think the mountain and, like, CT's whole thing with being the mountain, pretty sure from these two panels and the upcoming one that he lives on a mountain near the Frog Ruins. I'm pretty sure that's what this is communicating here. Also, Satyr blood is silver. So this all around the outside is silver, which means it's blood. This comes up in I think in this as well, right? I had this open for something else, but please work. Oh, that was the wrong button. There we go. If I try reloading fresh. Fuck. I've been trying to troubleshoot this. I've tried reloading not from cache, reloading regularly, closing and reopening Firefox. I even rebooted my computer for a Windows update. Had to reboot for a Windows update and it still didn't come back. I don't know why this Flash is just not loading for me at all. I kind of need it. Because actually, you know what? I haven't tried opening it in an incognito window yet. It's not working in my incognito window either. I'm having the same problem. I don't know. Okay, and now the music is playing for some... I have a feeling that they have gold, silver, and bronze. Yeah, that could be something. I'm not sure if I am in on that, though, simply because of a passage from this fucking thing that won't load. God. Because this bookshelf has... Swiss's bookshelf has a few things on it that are specifically outlining, or, the blurbs that we get are summarizing some historical events that happened between the Nymphs and the Satyrs, and... Oh, it's broken for you, too! Oh my god, so it might not just be a me problem. That kind of makes me feel a little better, actually, because I was feeling a little bit silly for not being able to get this to work. Because it was working when I was doing stream prep last week. Somewhere between last week and this week, it stopped working. So thankfully, I have actually read all of these like a week ago, and I can try my best to remember. But I know one of the books in particular, it talks about It's like the black and silver reign of the terrible war between the satyrs and nymphs kind of thing. Because we've seen the nymphs as black. The nymphs as inky blood. The satyrs, I do think that it's just silver. Maybe if I was thinking around water fox, but still. I mean, yeah. I have Internet Explorer. No. Not Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, fuck. I also do still have Chrome on here, but I haven't touched it in a very long time. Not that I use Microsoft Edge regularly either, clearly. I just called it Explorer, but... Oh, not working in Opera either? Okay. I'm just gonna close Edge if it actually loads. My computer's been having a rough one the last couple of weeks. Like, I even did all the Windows Update stuff, and it's still, that helped some, but it's still been kind of slow. No, I don't want to use Microsoft Edge as my default browser, by the way. Sure, why not? I have it open now. Oh, yep. Nope. It's just busted. Okay. Well, I'll link it in the description, and maybe once I get to posting this on YouTube, it'll be working again. Yeah. Now I don't. Now what was I? Oh right, this silver. Blood. Was that the only reason that I jumped to that page? I think it was for now. That'll be I wanted to cite that for some other things a lot later, which hopefully I will remember. But for now, that's a source on silver blood. And oh yes, the other thing, let's see if Swiss oh, geez. It's, Future Swiss Be Surprised. So there was some theorizing that this was going to be the blood from Swiss's advisor who's knocking at his door. It can't be because the satyrs don't have red blood. They have silver blood. However, there are, if we're thinking along the lines that maybe this is blood still, we know that somewhere on planet is the meat ship crew manning the terminals for each of the kids. So there's those humans. And there's also the other kids, the Omega kids, Harry, Yippee, and Tavi, who are all red-blooded. And, you know, game shenanigans abound. I feel like the color here, the color choice here is probably a red herring. I feel like it's probably not going to be blood just because that seems like the really obvious answer. But we'll have to wait and see. So this guy had a package for CT, also notable. There's a little square package on the ground here. Oh yes, the humans on the ship and Carcat. Carcat, who is relevant to today, and we'll get to that. The mountain will hear from him sooner than later, doubtless, and when he does, these puddles of fortitude will be witnessed. Anyway, enough about this guy. The mountain redirects his attention, using his superior eye muscles to turn the examination tables back onto you. Eep. Le me? Le you. How is life treating the one and only Dagger? Dare saith dare say it, I am a little chafed. I know, soup's sad, swollen to high heaven, in need of an oiling from some upstanding bronco. Wonk. I enjoy the mountain. Seriously though, I guess I did want to ask. You haven't heard from TC, have you? Not since he dropped his missive. QAT is shitting fit. Of course. Everyone's panties are always so twisted because of that guy. He says play and they all start falling over themselves hiney first. Well, one can understand such a panty predicament. Time and time again, that brotherfucker... Time and time again, that brotherfucker has proven to be tuned into a most mysterious majesty. He moves incomprehensible, and for a project to hold his attention this long, that's nothing short of next level. Rolls my 2V normal eyeballs. See, this is what I was talking about with his emphasis on not just satyr characteristics, but emphasis against nymph characteristics. Rolling is 2 very normal eyeballs, as opposed to, well, nymphs have 4 of those for starters. So you won't be playing? Prob's not, unless one of these suckers actually asks me to. The mountain nods, knowing exactly what you mean without remembering any of your trio's names. You're talking about the lethargic guy, right? The one that's in love with you? Fucking lilac. Maybe. That's a bit of an assumption, though, ain't it? Well, the other one is your lackey, isn't he? Raffle True. What about you? That's Augury aside. Shut the fuck up, Dagger. Augury aside is not your lackey. Considering he has fuck all to do right now, the mountain was considering it. It'd be pissing on the code to skip out on a best brosif's long-awaited momentous occasion. And conveniently, it also serves as an olive branch for one especially rueful monocorn, he mutters under his breath so low you strain to hear him. Dude, that guy does not need an olive branch. He needs to be enslaved. Okay, hold on with that one. Dagger, be real. You only think that because of his fair mane. No, I say that because I want you to be happy. Yeah. Yikes. Indeed. Yikes is correct. Happiness will grace the mountain once he stops writhing in embarrassment after every other conversation with his pointy pal. The day can't come soon enough where he can finally beat the... The day can't come soon enough where we can finally beat the fuck out of each other and move onwards towards the freedom that twinkles past all this. Tormentous tension. Come on. You know I never speak out against you, broski, but IMHO hurts watching you act all beta-zoned. Oh boy. We're getting into satyr romance territory. Beta-zoned. Dagger, do not start with that chuddiness right now. Dropping an oh-so-stinky pile of swill into the mountain's ears. To earn the position of beta would be a lifetime's honor, he says, crying into the mirror. He absolutely does not say that, as he is too busy screaming obscenities into the computer screen. Reveals I'm looking into the future and you are deaf crying and pooping your diaper straight Pome Beta style. Ugh! Stop disgracing the mountain. You know he was never a diaper boy. His earliest memory was shitting on the floor like a beast. Oh, God. Okay. So, as a reminder, anyway, this is Swiss's This is how Swiss feels that their relationship configuration should work. And indeed, he does denote the mountain as the beta. So that's what Swiss is angling for in all of this. Okay, I don't mean to harp. Seriously, you is a despicable dirty killer, and Dagger is so proud of you. But you need to take charge. You need submission. You talk like the mountain is suckling and slurping at the guy's spurs. Well, I know it's hard, but he'd big brother Dagger. You may have adopted the dark, but me's, I was born in it, molded by it. Ya feel me? Yeah. Then it'll be no contest who the real alpha in that triad is. Sucks to be busybody long-haired lordling hack. Stomps him to death with my hooves. No! The mountain lunges forward to shield TC from the lethal onslaught. Wait, okay. I thought we were talking about Swiss. But maybe Dagger's thinking that TC is in the... I don't know. Too slow. Shaves his head, takes teeth, eats his brains. Stop, stop, stop! Uses all the strength in his sculpted arms to reach forward and get proper purchase on your neck meat. Oh, frick! There is no earth under your feet now, impudent whelp. You are at the mercy of the true psychopath. He snarls darkly and asks if you can guess what horrors are about to transpire here. Gulps. Is a goozle, huh? What? The mountain answers not as he choke slams you to the ground, squashing the air out of your body. Is taken down. But 'tis not the end. Goes for the leg sweep. Except you don't, as a hand still grips your neck, pinning you helplessly in place. No matter how you writhe and whimper, the hold does not let up. Not even as drool drips from your gaping mouth and tears flood your bulging eyes. Frowns 'cause you're being an unfair godmother. Laughs loudly because the mountain doesn't give a dangling dick what you think is fair, not after you've made him an accomplice to your wicked bad-mouthing. As if he isn't cursed enough. And to think he so stupidly defended your honor earlier, putting his name on the line to back your validity. The conversation was Swiss. We're back to Swiss. But any bra could do that. But any bra that could so readily spit in the face of the brother's code. The mountain's stomach squelches with rage at the indignity of it. Dread and fury course through his veins at the thought that never once have you sent a picture or gotten on call. Do you know how embarrassing it will be if Swiss is right? Do you know what I'm going to do to you if I'm wrong? Oh no. Ta-da! There's the rest of the frog runes. Dang. Yeah, eating his fucking brain. Dang. God modding. Okay, time out. You serious right now? I told you, man, it's a dark spankin' prison. Dark and secret. The guards will wallop old Dagger if I leak my identity. Slams your head over and over and over and over again. All excuses made ineffective as rage overcomes both reason and sympathy for your totally fake circumstances. Stop. You stop being all coy and playing dumb. If you don't want the mountain to forget you exist forever, you better start making sense to him pronto. Okay. Mayhaps I haven't been totally honest with you. But not because I don't wanna be. I just can't send you a picture because I'm ugly. You're joking. Okay, goodbye. No, listen, I'm freaking ugly, dude. Ugly supreme. Like, it's so bad. When kids see me in the street, they die. We'll get into this later. I can't give you a pic of that kind of ugly mug. You are so famous and huge and beautiful, and everyone wants to be your friend. You're perf. Like, literally perf. I know it sounds fake, but the moment you see me, you're gonna realize how different we are, and things won't be the same. Which, not to be drama cringe, but I cannot handle that. My other friends are great or whatever, but I can't talk to them. Not when they're stuck chasing each other in cartoon circles all day. Not a care in the world. For real, you're the only friend I got that's my friend, and likes all the same things I do. You're my brother of darkness, my evil twin. That's why I'm begging for a little more time before taking this leap. Please? Them trans feels. Oh, yeah. This Dagger's got some of the most just like banging you over the head with it transcoding of like any of the characters in this comic, which says a lot because June is here. Yeah. My heart. Oh my god. So, you are going to be honest with them. You are going to be honest with the mountain eventually, right? Yes. And you're not some 30-lap-old creep preying on the mountain's young innocents? No, I promise. Full disclosure, I'm closer to a couple thousand, though. He bellows with laughter. Oh, what a kidder. Oh my oh. The mountain can accept this, for now. Though he does not accept you're ugly, that seems like a crock of rancid shit. You're probably just an unconventional sight, but not butt-fucking ugly. Ugh, I don't know, man. No, the mountain is sure. You don't type ugly. Thanks. All that other stuff you said, though. The mountain gets that, and reciprocates your loyalty like a billion million. You're still the only one that believes him about the horse, too. So, yeah, you don't type ugly as if that's like a thing that's possible. Okay, this is just kind of dropped in here and we don't ever get back to it. You're still the only one that believes him about the horse. So, is this like, horses don't exist on Deltritus because satyrs are here and they're seen as like a weird mythical Bigfoot type creature? Is that the deal here? That's my hypothesis. That's my theory. Gamzee's quirk. Gamzee's quirk is a little bit hard on the eyes. Yeah. The horse. Well, yeah, you say you saw something. You saw it. You're not freaking stupid. Overcome with emotion, the mountain collects you into his trembling arms, careful not to squish you too hard so as not to make your blood spray out of your face holes. Which, believe you, he would be a piece of delicious carrot cake. Oh yeah? I bet you know something about cake, huh? Flips ya skirt. Kya! Yeah, the mountain shrieks in embarrassment as a tidal wave of perverts pull out their cameras eager to snap a pic. Chops all their heads off and neck blood sprays out the stubs like a fountain. Dagger, my hero. As the blood falls like rain all over the mountain, staining his shirt silver, he smiles fondly at his trusted Nakama. Ah yes, this is another, I was like, there was something else in here about silver blood. Here, as the blood falls like rain, the mountains silver, bunch of randos, silver is just decolor. Of course. Who do they think they are? Chuckles while wagging my blunt-nailed finger. Again, emphasizing non-nymph traits. That's pay-per-view. A straining button springs from the mountain's top, lobotomizing an innocent bystander. A straining button springs from the mountain's top, lobotomizing an innocent bystander, whose only mistake was bearing witness to this touching display of trust and love without kneeling and fucking respect. Noseblood. Oh, Dagger, you've lifted a bounteous burden off my bulging delts this day. Sorry for letting conspiracy blind the mountain's judgment. Even if you were another lowly freak on the internet, it's no big deal. The mountain would just end your fucking life anyways. I mean, you sure could try. Flexes huge freaking neck muscles. Now, no more being stupid idiots. Let's fucking rumble! You both then proceed to have one of the strangest roleplays in the history of Paradox Space. Oh my god, I need water. Many pages of role-playing later. Okay. It's time for a break. I need to rest my voice after that. That was a lot. I'll have to see how I can workshop my mountain voice to not be so much. Ugh. Okay. So what's the symbol being arcs and equilibrium? Where's that? This one. Interesting. Is that a mathematical equation that I'm not recognizing? But, yes, that could be, implying things for his future. Okay, I forget whether or not these two tabs are actually going to still be relevant, but I'll just, keep them open. Okay. Yeah, I need to rest my voice for 5 minutes. Sip some water. And there's no more pester logs for the rest of this update, so we're just gonna get into the meat of it. I'll be back in 5. Okay, hello. Apologies for the wait. I have no idea how long ago the timer went off. Just got pulled into other things. I had a cookie. I had some water. Actually, I need more water because the cookie was maybe not the best idea. Okay. Oh, I see. It's in chemistry equations. If we don't know if a system goes forward towards product or backward towards reactants, use the equilibrium symbol until we know which direction the reaction will favor. So there may become a point where Swiss has to make a choice that we won't know the result of until much later. Ooh, that's good. Okay, thank you for educating me. Yeah, that does seem like it's going to play into a big part of Swiss's character, especially if he keeps positioning himself as, I hate to say it, but it's almost Karkat-ish, the way that he keeps being like, I'm the leader, and he's like super not. And nobody actually respects him in that way. Although, you know, Karkat's arc went in the direction of course, him actually becoming an important leader of sorts within their group, just not in what one would define as like a traditional leader who is brash and dictatorial. But that is the kind of leader that Swiss is trying to be, and it's not working out for him. Karkatish, but with more manosphere BS. Ugh. But yeah, correct. Okay, let's get this flashy thing off the screen. Okay, one more sip of water and then we'll keep going. Many pages of role-playing later. Phew, that was a close call. You wish you could keep the facade up forever. It's not like you'd ever get to see him in person anyways. Ha 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 ha. Ha. And that may be for the best. You'd like to not have to kill him dead. It's such a drag that, without fail, everything must come to an end. Examine room. So we see Dagger using his head tentacles and like nymph magic to make satyr ears on top of his head. You people cannot see the gesturing that I'm doing with my hands. I'm making ears, horse ears on my head with my hands, as he is doing with his tentacles. Okay. Your name, and we'll get a wider look at the bedroom. We've seen some bits of this already in the dream segment. This artist, this is a well-known Bara artist, and I do not remember his name. I remember and distinctly recognize his art style, though, because... Oh, the text is still on the screen. Because he was a special guest at the Toronto Comic Arts Festival in 2018 or 19 it would have been, because I haven't been back to the Toronto Comic Arts Festival in recent years. Like I haven't been since before pandemic lockdowns, so it had to have been one of those years. That is gonna bother me. But yeah, that's a specific artist that I do recognize. Yeah, and we've got the Beanie Babies, we've got Gurr, and, you know, the infamous worm. Your name is Dagger Tartarus, the forgotten hostage. The moon's rays don't penetrate this deep, so laps mean nothing to you. You're a satyr, sure, a stone-cold stallion, but more than that, you're a timeless child of the darkness. Is Stallion the one that can control all of their hormones and stuff? I need to bookmark the page with the explanation of satyr anatomy. It's pretty early in Swiss's introductory pages, right? Okay, here we go. Lilac. Answer the door, examine poster, examine bust. Blades, bookshelf, conspiracy board, frat system. Is it earlier than this or later than this? See, here's the problem. No, I think it's No, it was earlier. Haha, here it is. Pegatulps. Yeah. Monocorns, pegatulps, and stallions. Stallions are visually the least remarkable. They lack an aesthetic distinction. They make up for biochemical flexibility. Yes. The endocrine system. 6 organs running up the spine and central nervous system that work together to produce powerful hormones. Stallions are able to exercise a level of conscious control over this system. Okay, so this is... Dagger has laid claim to being a stallion. I am failing the Satyr biology test. I would also have failed that test because I forgot what the name for Pegatulps was. Okay, you have a number of interests, all of which are as dangerous and masculine as you are, like breaking bones and makeshift weaponry and push-ups in the dark. You stalk the shadows. No, shadows imply the existence of light, and the only light to be found here flickers dimly in the Warden's watchtower. Who is the Warden? Only your timeless enemy, the reason you're stuck in this exemplar-forsaken abyss in the first place. He has eyes everywhere, and despite your stealth and gruelingly honed cunning, he always manages to find you and make you do chores. Prison chores. You hate doing prison chores. One fateful day, you're sure you'll slay him, and when he gurgles his last, you'll escape this dilapidated dungeon to join your brethren on the highest peaks and below victory to the wind. Oh, and bellow victory to the wind. One fateful day. Oh, no, lilac has a knack for making things explode. Somehow I missed that message earlier, but you are correct. Yeah. Unicorn, Pegasus, and Earth. Chilatonin is such a fire alternate term for melatonin. Yeah, it is. Interesting choice with Tartarus. Quite the dark prison. Yes. Oh man, that's right. I wanted to... So much stuff that I am like trying to keep track of. I want to look up this and look up that and... Ugh. So, information dense. But yes. Dagger Tartarus. The Forgotten Hostage. Galloping gladiators, that's downright badass. Can you folks guess who that is? Hi, Jake. Right, so the wider look, I gave like the world's laziest attempt at trying to figure out what skull this was and then gave up. Because I'm not super well versed in animal bones. But yeah, wider look, we've got, oh yes, this is why I had this tab open. Death Note poster hanging out in the back. Death Note, but it looks like Ryuk is a monocorn. And I think Light is a stallion, but it's kind of hard to see the image and I can't really make it any bigger. Let's see, some more beefy statues, some skulls, some satyr skulls. We'll get into those in a later panel. The gun, 4-barrel. Oh, what was this called? This came up in the dream bedroom too, right? Because Dagger's a Durstreamer. And I think it was Gwen provided me with a lovely correct name for these, and I've already forgotten because that panel was a while ago now. Yeah, pile of old things and YAOI. Yes, a YAOI paddle specifically. Classic. Too bad none of that is true. Okay. You are actually known as Delphi who aches to be. I mean, so much of this is like, they really couldn't be more obvious with the transcoding on this one. This fucking guy. You are actually known as Delphi who aches to be, a solid name paired with a title that never ceases to embarrass you. The moon's rays don't penetrate this deep, but the tides churn endlessly, even down here, a fitting calendar for a nymph of this forsaken abyss. You love a whole lot of fun stuff, like reviewing satirical anime on your blog, scavenging through the ruins of a drowned city from a land you'll never get to see, boys love, and brewing deadly potions. Okay, so so this is where I wanted to peruse the librarium again, because where is it? The ruins of a drowned city from a land you'll never get to see. I think there was something in the historical books again that was a little more specific about the historical context and like the battles over the shorelines. But it's not it's not loading. Ooh, that is reminding me though of another panel. I'm pretty sure I know what this one is called. Born. No, it's lilac. Fuck, it's a lilac panel. Something about birth. Yes, there it is. Fondly regard the day of your birth. But it's the panel before that. Because in here they talk about... Yeah, nymph mothers haul their first lady clutch up onto the surface and abandon them to their fate. After they hatch, young nurslings sort of aimlessly roll down into the ocean proper. In ancient times, it's easy to pick up hungry predators and surface dwellers. Anyway, aimlessly roll down. So, Dagger must have rolled pretty dang far down. I just think that's... Well, I'm remembering another line that might contradict that. But we'll get there when we get there. Hello, Max. Welcome, welcome. All good. Apologies for... I know that the Discord bot went off a little bit late today, too, as well. The beating over the head with a YAOI battle truly starts now. Yep, so on the nose, the point looks like a bug. Dagger was rolling in the deep. Yep. Yeah, there's a line later that's like something you were handpicked for this. That is what I was thinking of when I was saying maybe there's a line later that contradicts, but I'll have to think about that again when I see that in context when we get there. Okay. You have a sworn duty tied to your destiny, which you also don't care much for. When you aren't taking care of your copious amount of chores, which includes murdering and maiming droves of covetous crones along with overseeing the sleeping giant, you are left with copious amounts of alone time. You fill that time by catfishing unsuspecting surface dwellers, scamming and hoaxing and hacking with your intricate satirsona. This provides you with endless amusement and the vicarious experience of being part of their world. Because of this, you tend to spend a lot of time on various online chat rooms. Your nag tag is Cloistered Connoisseur, and you speak into dignified dialects of yours. So cute! What will you do? So from here out, the narrative text refers to Dagger as Delphi. I won't be. I was kind of surprised at the number of people who immediately started calling Dagger Delphi. Even people who are, like, trans themselves and, you know, all of, you know, acting very loudly against, like, transphobia and misgendering and all that stuff. It just seems like, to me, to just keep calling him the name and pronouns that he has expressed the most explicit desire to actually be called. So, you know, I'll read the text as it is on screen, but when I'm talking about Dagger, I'm going to say Dagger. Delphi, examine skull of beast. Nope, we will not be doing that. Hold your horses, pushy prompter. This is no time for a lackadaisical exploration. Right now, you are on a quest to bring down your other mortal enemy. What you need to do is decide which cherished possession of yours to sacrifice via the mystical art of ascetication. Yes? Yes. Once you do that, you can bust out your elite hacks in order to use Slurp, the spyware that's long-maned, that long-maned creep is definitely watching you through. Tartarus watching over the sleeping giants. So there's a titan down there that could destroy the world. Yeah, so the spyware and the long-maned creep, that's, he's trying to get his fingers deep into the chaos chat client that TC has herded everyone onto. Delphi, examine crop harvesting device. That's your handmade scythe. It's an ancient nymph tool used only for killing. Emphasis on ancient. You'd love to get a shinier, spiffier new scythe one of these days, but unfortunately that seems unlikely. It's old as dirt, but it gets the job done. Delphi, sacrifice fine skeleton collection. The old guard, you can't sacrifice them. These aren't possessions. They have names. These two fine fellows are Praetorian Pine Prance and Aaron Cantor. The Praetorian had a pretty meteoric fall from grace, despite surviving all those assassination attempts. He wasn't a bad guy, perhaps a smidge ill-tempered, but who could blame him? He was traumatized. As for Aaron Cantor, his horned level was far too flagrant for the higher-ups, so they put him down here to keep him out of sight of polite society. He gets quite scandalous, if you're being honest, but that's what makes him a charming Omega. If he wasn't, then what good reason would the ever-proper Pine Prince have to throw his meat around and lay down his alpha influence? Not present is the third point of their triad, Beta Hey Bill, but you don't care or think much about him at all. These guys and your many other friends are the backbone of this whole operation. And hip bone. Watch as the Titans the first guardian of their session. An interesting theory, but, like, I don't know if they would be able to keep a first guardian down like this. Like, the impression we're getting is that this guy's pretty locked up here. So we're getting a clearer picture of, like, what I'm seeing with the conversation with CT, where they talked about satyr romantic relationship dynamics, and Dagger being like, you cannot be the beta. The beta is bad. And then we're seeing again here you know, not present is the third point of their tribe, Beta Hey Bill, but you don't care or think much about him at all. This emphasis on the alpha male. Dagger has bought into, for, you know, in bluntest terms, toxic masculinity. That kind of angle of satire culture in the, like, being if you're not the big man alpha in charge, that's bad or says something bad about your character. You think Dirk is the first guardian? I suppose. Although, well, that's true. The green sun is gone. I was going to say, you know, lacking the connection to the green sun, but the green sun is gone. Anyway, Dagger has some not so nice ideas about what it means to be a man. Delphi, mobilize the troops. See what you mean? Dance, you butt monkey tours, dance! Wow, look at him go. Now, I just want to double check here. What? Okay, so yeah, this is the time to look at these. Noticing that Satyr's skull made of dark metal also has dark metal teeth rather than the white you would probably expect. So, okay, the Swiss wears his dark metal grills. Is he not just figuratively but literally donning racial cosplay? I'm not sure about that one, but the next argument made on the post, the practice of checking a horse's health and value by opening its mouth and inspecting its teeth, leading to satyrs using the appearance of teeth as some kind of social marker, ? Now, that I think is an interesting line of inquiry that quite possibly holds some water. Beta Ray Bill's story is about being too ugly to be a Thor. Oh, is this... Am I missing some more real-world references here? Proved his self-worth mostly by trouncing Thor. Are there... Okay. So that's... Beta Ray Bill is... real... Ray Bill. Fiction's... Okay. Fictional superhero appearing in American comic books published by Marvel. Cool. I didn't know about that guy. Yes. Thank you, Max. Yeah, and the other two names. Am I missing something there too? With Praetorian Pine Prance and Aaron Cantor. Let me know if I am. Anyhow, off we go. Oh! YAOI paddle's coming out. It seems like Aaron Cantor may be lacking the usual pep in his step. You ask him if he's feeling all right. He says yes, he's just been distracted lately on account of a few personal matters. You say, aw, he should have told you sooner. He says, really? You say, of course. You say he should have told you sooner so you knew he wasn't serious about this freaking job. Does he understand how many greenhorns like him there are mulling around these parts? This is a city full of bones who would kill for a sliver of this recognition. For a seat in the big house. You brought him into your home. You thought he had promise. When the armies of darkness set their sights on her, what does he plan to do? Some lackluster monologue? Recite a bit of All the World's a Stage, all those lucky devils drive the world into despair? Or as those lucky devils drive the world into despair? Tut, 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 you tut. The disappointment you feel is devastating. You actually thought he valued this opportunity. He begs, he does, that it's not his fault, that what he's dealing with is morning sickness. As if that would make you care. As if that single omission hadn't just killed his whole dang career. Boys, you snap your fingers. Guards, seize him. Probably, but no idea. Yeah, well, I'll keep an eye out for anything about it. Goodbye. Shh, don't cry, Praetorian. There's plenty of other butt bones in the sea. Like 1,000,000 guys, all thanks to your wretched captive dragging them down here a couple thousand laps ago. Anyways, what else is there to choose from? I wonder, oh my god, I wonder if it's some kind of like Kraken type deal. I wonder if that's who's down there. What about that lovely bit of artwork then? Oh my god, yay, I love this panel. So we talked a little bit about these when we saw them in the dream thing, and I think that I guessed them mostly correct, if not entirely. Glove, 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 baby. Oh yeah. Horror tears abound. Okay. These are vellum scrolls of your friend's art that you laserb printed yourself. You can't receive packages down here, so most everyone drew you something for your morph day. 2 are by your ladies GC and AA. The last, by your buddy CT, is a charcoal sketch of his character the Mountain and your satyr Sona Dagger. It's technically his interpretation based off snippets of descriptions you've given him. You appreciate it, considering you can't decide your own design. Every time you try, it never feels quite right. But yeah, we can see the whole wrestler thing going on. Them as adult satyrs. And of course, this would be Lilac. From Lilac. And this is AA's drawing of the 3 of them together fucking holding hands. That's adorable. Oh my god. One of the best YAOI pairings, Bugs and Daphne. Yeah. You're not even satisfied with the name Dagger anymore. It's so fake and childish sounding. If only you were able to introduce yourself as Delphi of the Epic Slaughter, but obviously you could never pass with a name like that. Whatever. You'll endure it all for the role plays. Okay, so now that I'm rereading this update, I'm kind of understanding why some people have decided to go with Delphi over Dagger. Because there is some dissatisfaction expressed. There is some expression of not totally hating Delphi as a name. But yeah. Oof. Yeah. I'm still kind of on the fence of it, which way they'll go with it. I don't know. It'll probably be context dependent. Kind of like a John June thing. Fine. What about those boisterous busty brothers? They look plenty cherished. Thanks, Jake. Oh, did I finish reading that fucking page? Hold on. You'll endure it all for the role plays. Whatever, you'll endure it all for the role plays. I think I just forgot to read that one line. How the heck are you supposed to fit that in a cauldron? Use your head. Besides, you like these fellas right where they are. Yeah, I think I can close that. I think I can close this one. Fucking come on then, girl. Pick something. You're out of options. Shut the fuck up, Jake. Stop being rude. Okay. Right. While we're kind of moving away from focusing so heavily on gendery feelings, this I thought was also pretty good. This was posted, and like I would save this for the end of this update string, but it was posted before the last few pages came out, so I just thought this was a good read on things. I completely understand the fact that Delphi as a name has cultural ties, and Dagger is white guy roleplay, and he will probably grapple with his racial identity as a part of his gender identity arc, but I really don't think he'll just go by his birth name is a satisfying or interesting conclusion to this conflict. Right, that's my other thing where I'm kind of waffling about the name stuff. After all, these characters' arcs aren't going to be about navigating the cultures they exist in currently. They're going to be about navigating the notions of said cultures after they suddenly end. Nymph culture is going to die the same way satyr culture is going to die, the same way Alternian culture died, the same way Earth culture died. The bulk of the story is still about playing a game that ends the world, playing a game with the goal of creating a universe. In that way, it is also about reimagining culture and not necessarily rebuilding it in the way that troll culture on Earthsea is distinct but also not a recreation of Alternian culture. The perspective arc of Dagger's self-exploration is not just navigating the divide of female nymph versus male satyr, it's navigating the preconceived notion of female nymph versus male satyr while participating in the project of cultural creation, or the project of culture creation. Ultimately, he's going to find himself in a world in which a male nymph is possible if he can conceive of such a thing. That's not an arc of acceptance, it is an arc of ground-up identity building. Neither Delphi nor Dagger are quote-unquote real names, in the sense that they both erase a part of his fundamental being, so to him as a character, accepting either one or the other is a concession to a cultural landscape that fundamentally does not consider him in a situation in which he gets to decide what the cultural landscape ought to be. I really liked that as kind of a... Yeah, I put that link in already. Good words. Yeah, kind of addressing the multiple different angles that are contributing to Dagger's character and circumstance and arc. Yeah. It's 11:57. We gotta finish this thing. I'm starting to lose brain power here. Wonder how much the other kids will influence that process. Like, what if they end up liking a name like Danny? Yeah, exactly. Like, the, you know, introducing not just the other Deltritus folks, but the Omega kids with their completely different Earthsea culture also coming into this mix to twist everybody's views of everything on their head, right? So, yeah. I feel like I maybe have something more to add, but yeah. Anyway, so that's, you know, relating to the name stuff too. It's kind of like, I don't know, context dependent, back and forthy. Yeah. Right, so we're getting a little tour of Dagger's place that's kind of like a little, it's a bit towery, kind of like Jade's place. Hush! All this talk is going to break your concentration. Not that there is a lot to look at on this floor anyways. This is the cauldron room. This is where the magic happens. Literally. I did try blowing up this image. The jar labels and bottle labels are illegible. They are just scribbles. So. Oh, is that soup? Have yourself some delicious soup. Yeah, soup. Yeah, and we'll get back to the fella stuck in a crystal at the back of the room. Don't worry about it. Yum, yeah. Soup? You're getting pretty sick of this guy now. This is obviously your cauldron of Salinier congregroup, or Brinal based, you forget which. They're both incredibly toxic. Hopefully toxic enough this time to finally end her. With your pear modus, you can help that nasty toxic sludge find its special someone, keeping the rest of your delightful items safe from its corrosive nature. You scoop it out and captchalogue the jar of brine for later. Soup, he says. Dolt. As if you could ever enjoy any soup down here. I think some of what's going on with Dagger being dead named by fans is an assumption that the narration wouldn't lie to you. Yeah, that could be part of it. I feel like Homestuck fans in particular should know better than that by now, but yeah. Yeah, I guess, like, even if, yeah, I think, even if Dagger has stated that he's feeling kind of a disconnect from the name and feeling like, oh, like, it sounds childish now or whatever, and feeling that disconnect, I'm thinking additionally about, like, he was stressed out to find that TC had somehow found and had been using his real name. Because there was that conversation with Augury aside, which I'm not going to bother trying to find the link for. Trust me. It was that conversation with Augury aside, where he expressed distress at TC knowing Delphi. We don't know whether or not the Who Aches to Be was like a part of that knowledge or not. We just know that TC knows that name because he was using it to refer to him when talking to Augury aside. So I guess I'm probably going to lean more heavily into... Yeah, I think I'm returning to my original thing. I'm just going to use Dagger. Weird, because the Homestuck narration constantly lies, mislead, and argues with you, an MSP reader. Yup. But yeah, like Jake calling Dagger girl. The narrative text has also been doing a lot of she-herring and like all that kind of stuff too. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just going to keep Dagger he-hemming because that seems to be, from what I can tell, as best as can be conveyed at this point in the story. I think that's the way that he has the most desire to be referred to out of all of the available names that have been provided. So before we leave this page, so yeah, Dagger's captchalogue deck, his Sylladex, the pair modus, is shipping, basically. You can see the little hearts in the corners. So, you know, to captchalogue the toxic sludge, captchaloguing it and then pairing it with an empty jar to make one card with a little heart. Additionally, in his captchalogue deck, we have a chest and its matching key. Makes sense. Nendoroid figures of Monocorn, Light Yagami, and I guess it would be Stallion Nagiso Komeda. Yeah, Nagiso Komeda spotted. Shipping Light and Komeda. Oh, okay. Somehow I completely dodged out on Danganronpa 2. I did get in fandom and do the whole thing with the first one, but I missed out on a real one. I know, I did. Sometimes it seems to be the character's inner monologues translated to second person, but much of the time it's withholding things from you. Yeah, there's kind of a... Speaking of soup, there's kind of a big soup of perspectives, depending on the page, whose thoughts are being shown in that way. Now these figures I had a hard time seeing, but I had some kind fellows in Homestuck Discord server that I'm in help identify them. So that is Itachi Uchiha from Naruto and Seishomaru from Inuyasha, respectively. Itachi Uchiha, Seishomaru. Which matches with Lilac on this page. Your friend's shipping opinions in general are far too advanced and difficult for your casual, and as she tells you, frankly sophomoric tastes. But to summarize, she ships the dark hair guy with the blonde guy. She's always on some next level shit. And that is indeed a pocket full of dark haired guy with blonde guy, so to speak. Light and Komeda are kind of stretching the definition, but the dark haired guy with the light haired guy. Okay, hey, right, hey, Carcat, look, it's Carcat, he's here, yay, certified crack ships, and I love them. Yeah, I don't have any of the context to understand Uchiha and Seishomaru, but Light and Komeda certainly is a choice. Yay, Carcat, yay, it's Carcat. Okay, just got here, sorry about that, moron. Is that a person and a crystal? Oh no, there's two of them now. And of course it is. This is the Abyssal Anchoress, the previous one stationed at your post and the only one whose body was left presentable. For generations since the cradling, the Council of High Prophets have had sisters anchored to this post to guard the light seed from those who would abuse its power. Although the events that led you here were incredibly unorthodox, you were handpicked. Ah, that's what I was thinking of earlier. So Dagger might not have actually rolled that far. Dagger was handpicked for this deep sea job. It's part 69, Carcat's favorite number. Ayo, yes it is. Although, 69 isn't the funny number anymore. It's been usurped by 67, I think. I think that's what's happened. Obviously, this anchoress won't work for the sacrifice, so you don't give a crap about her. Or, yeah, obviously this anchoress won't work for the sacrifice. You don't give a crap about her. Sorry, we agreed we'd just press the arrow, but it seems like someone couldn't help himself. Oh boy. So I did not have the time or knowledge to try and figure out every single anime reference happening on this wall. I'm open to suggestions in chat if anybody knows ones that I have not identified. I know for sure, of course, Devilman, Ouran High School Host Club, Princess Tutu. The big colorful ones in the middle. The rest of them... Yeah, the rest of them... Yeah. 68 plus or minus 1. Yeah. Yeah, we've got the fucking YAOI shit. What's the style of hat called again? Snapback, right? And the YAOI pillow. Keep calm and read YAOI. Domoken. Yep. Oh yeah, and this fucking gift. With like All of the, like, you've been warned behind him. Nice kotatsu. Oh, yes, there's a comfy kotatsu. Well, looks like it's seen better days, but it's here. The third floor, your bubbled, dry inner sanctum. Here you take a moment to bask in the glory of a perfectly curated collection of premium satire yaoi, your own endeavors sitting proudly side by side with works that represent the very heights of homoeroticism, each seimei and uke in attendance, poised and ready to dance through the sordid bordello of your mind at your command. You love everything up here, so it should be easy, which is to say incredibly difficult to find something good to sacrifice. Isn't that... You see free on the right side? Oh, is there some free over there? See, like, theoretically, I should recognize that one because I have actually seen every episode in all of the movies. But all of them I've only seen once, and I watched them really sporadically as they came out over the course of how many years? Like 7 or 8. By the time I was watching the final movie, I didn't know what the fuck was going on ever, and I didn't recognize most of the characters. So maybe I will rewatch all of it in succession sometime, and then maybe I'll actually understand what the fuck was going on ever. The sun is on there, but I think it's just the print that's been on everything else in the house. Hold on, let me go back a bit here. Yeah, we see... Well, that's a simplified version there. Okay, now I'm gonna have to fucking... Alright, we're just getting way back there. Yeah, I think this is just a pattern that's all over all of the other architecture as well. Oh, right, I was looking for the free poster. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's got some color. Yeah, the free logo. Yeah. Wait, we have to take a look at these posters. Oh, breaking news, Dagger sleeps nude in oxygen tent, which she believes give her sexual powers. The reference is The Simpsons. Okay. Unlabeled poster on the left is Gravitation. That really... shit Sony ad that happens to be BL? Oh, I'm not familiar with that one, but I would love to see. Oh my god, you know what I am familiar with? Ouran High School Host Club, my fucking beloved. This... Was it the first... I think it was the first anime that I watched in full. I think I sporadically caught a few other things from being around with other people watching them. But Ouran High School Host Club, I watched on livestream.com with, 2 friends who I'd made in the Homestuck roleplay community on Facebook in like 2011. And that is an old favorite of mine with a special place in my heart. Why did they give Tamaki dark hair? Just noticing on the poster. Yeah. Anyway, this is the focus. Princess Tutu, of course, is now Prince Tutu because it's YAOI time. And Devilman is now Devil Tar. Oh, we have okay, we'll finish off with this here. Oh, I see. This is the clip from The Simpsons. Okay. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm fussing with my things, trying to get everything set up. Okay. Oh, did I miss? No, I didn't miss something, I think. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place here. Okay. I need this window, I need this window. I need to put this over here. I need to go back to this tab and unmute that. Okay. Now we're in business. You indulge the second crone to vex the first one and take a look at your vast collection of anime posters. Oh, wait. This is the perfect sacrifice, actually. Oran Gymnasiku Host Club was a foundational anime for you, and even now, looking at this poster, you are filled with strong, complicated emotions. You know what? Same. Me too. I was unfortunate enough to own a complete box set of Gravitation, needless to say, but I've watched it, and it is a blight upon the world. 2 out of 10 because it's a BL, but if it was straight, it would be a 0. Oof. Getting the BL hot takes. Yo! BL? Speaking of, we'll get to Oran. Ganbare Nakamura-kun has anime now. It has an adaptation that's airing in the current season of anime. It's 4 episodes out now? I think so, because it started with kind of like a double feature. But yeah. It's 4 episodes out so far. It's been great so far. It has. I never read it, but when I saw it was coming up, I shotgunned the original and the follow-up volume right before watching the first episode. So it's very fresh in my brain in terms of like being able to kind of think about and analyze the show from the technical perspective as an adaptation. And not just like, is it good as an isolated anime? And I think it passes both bars. It's been good. It's been very enjoyable. I'm pleased with it. Yeah, that's a Western BL classic specifically. That one really blew up over here. And I've been enjoying the anime adaptation. Anyway, it's time for Ouran High School Host Club, my beloved. Oh yes, and it's time for more Uni-Nymph stuff. It's essentially a modern retelling of the Uni-Nymph's Chronicle, which you're almost positive was written by an actual nymph under a pseudonym. Usually you'd have no way of knowing, but her in-depth references to such a divisive figure would be impossible for a satire. Despite being a largely popular anime, the show was ended after only 1 season, though a part of you was grateful for that. Yeah, that's also applicable to real Ouran High School Host Club, and I think that they made a great anime. They ended it in a good spot. They ended it properly, like without a stupid cliffhanger or whatever. It got 26 episodes. It's good, and we don't need to do it again. Please don't touch it. Because I've heard of some stirrings of like wanting to do a 2nd season or rebooting it or da-da-da-da. Stop it. Leave it alone. Get an original idea. Holy shit. Anyway. There's no way she could have translated the council's reclamation of the Uni-Nymph and the slaying of the Barley Frat in a school AU. Once again, Barley Frat is a thing that came up in that librarium. Damn, I didn't realize like just how much that librarium was coming up as like a useful reference resource in this. Perhaps I will. I mean, I it would probably be a good idea to do this regardless, but I might send an incredibly kind email to tech support at Homestuck, because there is an email on the website to send things to if you run into like glitches and stuff. So I might just be like, hey, Tested this in, like, you know, multiple browsers, multiple solutions, 3 different people's computers, and it's not working, so I think the page is broken. Yes, the sacred texts! I can't read the sacred texts! Yeah, there's some more detailed stuff about the uni nymph somewhere in here, but I don't even know, like, what page to find it on. And again, without the search function, I'm kind of like, I don't know which section of the story I would start. Like, I'm pretty sure it was early in, like, Lilac's introduction, like, somewhere in there. I thought I found it, and then I was like, no, that's not it. So, there's more on the uni nymph in here, I'm sure, that I just have had difficulty locating. You always suspected it would turn the tragedy around and end up being a fix-it fic of sorts. Unfortunately, nymph authors tend to run the risk of settling all their happy endings around the fulfillment of prophecies. Everything is already decided by the beginning of the story. If they somehow made him happy to go back into the ocean, you'd hate it. And if he was given a prophecy along the lines of be happy on the surface, you'd also hate it. You'd much rather remember the story as him being able to keep his secret forever, having fun despite it all. Which says nothing about you psychologically at all, right, Dagger? You collect the poster off the wall and head to the 2nd floor. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something about the uni nymph mythology and Dagger, for sure. Because, like, the uni nymph is, like, the mythical figure who is both satyr and nymph. Right? Like, the monocorn with the nymph head. Yeah. What the fuck? This hardly seems like equal treatment. You know, being a child doesn't mean you can be such a twerp. Do not disregard my commands, Delphi, and say sorry to boot. Damn, Jake, stop being such a dick. Yeah, this is my favorite panel in all of these panels. I saw this and I was immediately like, awesome, I don't even have to think about what the thumbnail is going to be for this video. Done. Alright, some snips, some snails, some puppyfish scales. Just the classic components of some ultra nasty Hexor sludge. Ignore all that. He's been acting crazy since we got here. You don't have to apologize for shit. Thanks, Carcat. Love you, Carcat. The precious poster is sacrificed into the cauldron, reduced until it takes the form of a black pearl. You hurry downstairs to install it onto your mainstay orb. Delphi, say Jake is not crazy. Jake is normal. Jake, you're not normal. Just the normal, not gender-based potion. Yes. I want to slam Jake into a car door more than usual. He's being terrible. And what I'm confused about, because I just finished rereading the Meat epilogues, right? And he was not like this at all in the Meat epilogues. He was not this kind of like, he did not display this kind of like controlling rudeness or whatever. I'm like, where is this coming from? What the fuck happened on that ship? Once again, we must ask again as a Homestuck audience, what the fuck happened on that ship? What the fuck happened on that extended space journey that we didn't get to see? Why is he like this now? He's not a sad drunkard anymore. Right, did they... I mean, at least in Meat, they didn't spend a lot of time on emphasizing Jake's problem with alcohol. Although, yeah, the very chapter that I referenced at the beginning of this stream, right before we jumped into Beyond Canon, did contain a drunk sad Jake. So, you know, yeah. In the epilogue, as he wrote him, now he's being written by Homestuck fans. Well, there were multiple authors involved in the epilogues, but yeah, the epilogues had a very specific, let's say, himboificated vision of Jake that they tried to stick to religiously. Although I'm thinking now of that scene of John and Jake in the kitchen near the end of Candy that Aisha wrote. Ugh, gorgeous. Too much Stardust gunked up the works. Mm-hmm. Crack. And... oh, that's good to look at. I like what those colors are doing. It's like dark holographic. Makes me think of like nail polish. But also like oil slicks. But also like glitter. It's good shit. Is this damn thing on? Hello? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Stop it, Jake. Glowing, and there's chaos. There it is, the Hacker's Gambit. Once added to the chaos files, it will allow you to backdoor this guy's whole operation. He thinks you won't find his backdoor? That's what you do. Green and purple like Octarine. Delphi, keep doing your business. I'm gonna protect this arrow key with my life. Thanks, Carcat. Love you, Carcat. This guy's back door is pretty tight. Might take a bit to get through. Better pass the time somehow. I love the little dagger worm that shows up in the apple. Delphi, check website. Worm. Okay. So, right. Close this. So, Dagger's desktop. Oh, right. I wanted to figure if anyone knows what anime this wallpaper is from. Because I feel like I recognize something about this gas-masked character from somewhere. There seems to be there's like an apron going on. Yeah, so we can see at the bottom, it's the Windows 98 logo, but there's 6 rectangles in it instead of 4. Hold on. Yeah. Windows 98, but it's 6 rectangles instead of 4, and the rectangles, the windows, are in the colors of our 6 Deltritus Sherb players. Did I copy this link? Oh, yeah, I just did that. Other icons, we see Pyre El Bronco, aka Fire Alpaca, which in finding this image I learned is originally a Japanese program. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Fire Alpaca, our little friend here. Pyre El Bronco. The other one that I was able to identify is Coral Story, which is Maple Story. And in trying to find this image, I was led to this Reddit page. If you remember this icon, I hope your back stops hurting today. And I was like, oh no, is that like really fucking old? Like the game hasn't looked like this in forever. Because when I played Maple Story in like 6th grade, this was the icon for the game launcher. But yeah, people in the comments like, yeah, that's the icon for the application. Oh fuck. Like, did your neck crack when you looked out? Like, apparently this is old as shit now. Oops. Shramp check. Oh, check on the shramp. I'm actually doing pretty good today. But I am less shramped now. Thank you for checking me. Yeah, so this made me laugh. Yeah, again, finding the other 2, definitely wanted to do that, but I had no idea where to start. Planet of Pugilism and Trickstress. The Trickstress logo reminds me of like Gaia Online characters, but given that the name doesn't sound anything like a reference to Gaia Online, I feel like that's probably not what it's intending to get at. Planet of Pugilism, because it's just a letter and a circular logo with that kind of style. Oh my god, is that World of Warcraft? Hold on. I think I got it. Because I had League of Legends stuck in my head, but like... That's gotta be World of Warcraft. Oh, it has to be World of Warcraft. I'm trying to find... the precise logo. Okay, this is like some fucking like brandlogos.com or whatever, but very much just World of Warcraft. Yeah, I didn't get that one earlier, but I got it now, baby. I can just do this. There we go. Yeah, with the 4 points and the big W with the kind of world map looking thing. And yeah, Planet of Feudalism. So it's just this one that's left. I still can't, like, my brain is stuck on Gaia Online. Oh shit, right, there's this one, like, almost dead center. It's like practically hiding in here because the icon is black and white. Trench to Peak. Pugilism is an artistic sort of fighting developed by the British. Yeah. Yeah, all of these are very, like, synonyms, or, like, very close to, which is why I'm thinking, like, this Trickstress can't possibly be Gaia Online. Because that's not... the name has no relation. But Trench to Peak... TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak. Oh, the future of gaming communication. Lag-free voice technology, next generation communication productivity. Interesting. Okay. I was not familiar with this program before, but that's neat. Because I'm not seeing, 1.0 logo. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna, we're running way over time, so I'm just gonna let that one slide. But yes, TeamSpeak. Trickstress is the MMORPG Trickster. The icon is one of the races you can choose. Oh. The gap between Skype and Discord. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I think I never used Skype very much. And then in the gap between Skype and Discord, I wasn't really talking very much with online friends, so I was mostly on Facebook Messenger. And then I finally jumped on Discord in like 2016 or 17, I think. But yeah, Scrollpad is Notepad XS and Notepad++, which is fairly obvious because the chameleon's still there. Yeah, so that's Notepad, Naglink, Sobek, the web browser, is this guy. See, associated with pharaonic power, fertility or virility, and military prowess. So that is Dagger's Denizen. Yeah, we've got Super Duper Murderizer.scroll, Leet Hexors.scroll, Subsummation Curse 1.scroll, drawings folder, and a folder called Super Secret Lilac Present. And here it is. Dagger is the creator of the Beyond Canon comic that Lilac likes to read, which we had an entire conversation about this on stream and ended up landing on it couldn't possibly be Dagger. Or at least I did. That was my own fault. That was my own mistake. But it is, in fact, Dagger. Amongst your other interests, you're also a webcomic artist, but lately you've been running out of steam on that front. Your interest in your current work has been waning, and your mounting desire to sabotage it and get everyone as disinterested in it as you, or as you are, has been bleeding through. Maybe then people will stop being mad at you about it. What it really needs is something new, but you don't know if you're the nymph or satyr for the job. The pressure is kind of killing you. The pressure from the fans, you mean. The barometric pressure really hasn't been much of an issue. This stupid thing reminds you there's presents waiting to be sent to a certain Morph Day girl. Delphi, examine presents. Cute. A doujin from her favorite artist. Her favorite artist who, unbeknownst to her, is you. The other gift is baked into the file you'll be sending the drawing with. It's a little shadow script you've been tinkering at to clean all that scryware off of her far sphere so she can actually send messages with it again. She can message you whenever, and AA can bother her to her inkstone's content. Maybe you are a hashtag dark genius. What a sweetie. Oh my god, the wallpaper's dramatical murder? That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Delphi, be inspired to write the perfect update for your webcomic. Opening up Pyro Bronco. I love that the tablet pen is the feather. You figure you might as well give the fans of your webcomic some more slop to slurp down. As you previously mentioned, you're not really feeling it these days, so you decide you're going to try something new. You'll accept some prompts from your readers while you try to work up the mojo to get back to the plot. They tend to congregate in a particular undernet forum, the Frightful Reavers Annihilation Factory. You wonder what kind of stuff they'd like to see you draw. I don't know why this image isn't loading. Hello again, my ravenous readers. Bet you thought I'd never come back after that last anniversary post, huh? Well, I definitely considered it, but then I wondered what you guys would all do without this comic. The thought of you all moving on with your lives was kind of nice, but then the thought of you all not moving on with your lives and continuing to just hover around this webpage waiting for updates for laps and laps and laps and laps made me a little bit sick to my tummy. That would be really embarrassing. The thing is, making a comic is actually pretty hard, but since you all seem to have strong ideas about exactly how the story is supposed to go, I thought, heck, let's give the fans a chance to show me how it's done. So go ahead and suggest some panels and I might even draw them. Signed, The Beyond Anon. And, Miles is the first comment. What the? So, wow, Fratform's got a facelift since the last time I was on here. It looks like a lot nicer. Oh my god, there's 33 pages on this thread already, and I can't even see page 1 over here because of my window size. Yeah. So if you've got ideas, hand them over. Tito. Yes, Miles' icon is Tito. But yeah, they've got a wealth of ideas to take from for the next update, and that's where we are. That is the end. We're caught up and only 40 minutes overtime. Oopsies. Yeah, so next update, we will get back to Dagger's Doodles. I feel like, given that this stream is 3 updates, I feel like we're not going to get anything new for the rest of April. I think this is April's updates, especially since they had to do all of the stuff with the NYC Stuck event, which, yeah, I was wrong. Last home HSBC stream, I was like, they're definitely going to be doing something, or last stream or whatever, they're definitely going to be doing something because they're doing the live read at the event. They did not do a new update for 413. These are the ones that they read, I believe. I haven't seen the videos yet again. Yeah, my premonition is that they're not going to do anything else for the rest of the month, or at least not until a lot closer to the end of the month. But I don't know. As I just said, I've been wrong before. So, yeah. We will have to see what is to come. So, on that note, that is stream for today. Yeah, next weekend we shall see whether or not I'm trying to think of streaming things. Yeah. Chicory, if no Homestuck. Yeah, I'm just like, I have a long appointment this week, so I'm already kind of like, I can tell you right now that there is 50-50 whether or not I'll be able to stream next weekend, especially now that I've kind of ran over time by a lot, which I try to avoid doing these days. So we'll see, but I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted on Blue Sky, as I've been doing. But until then, I'll see you around the web. And, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all your chats and contributions. And we'll be back when we're back. Take care to you as well. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Gwen. You take care as well. Oh, that's my suggested videos. Don't mind that. Yeah, we're not starting a conversation about Pocopia right now. It's fucking bedtime. Yeah. We can talk about that next time if there's interest. I don't have particularly strong opinions. I don't even have a Switch 2. It's not like I can play it, but yeah. That's today. That's stream. Thanks for hanging out, and good night.